And we're going to do aggressive jamming today. Who wants to explain what they think of when they hear the words aggressive jamming?
RIPS.
Yeah. I guess they speak. Anyone else?
Golden legs.
I was thinking of it as like the opposite to evasive kind of jamming. So actually attacking the wall and using a lot of force and strength.
Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing today. Today's session is about making your own gaps. So not expecting a fence to do it, not expecting a gap to magically appear because your opponents have made mistakes. Because the level we're playing at, our opponents aren't making mistakes anymore, so we need to be the ones making our own opportunities. So to me, there are two fundamental rules when it comes to aggressive jamming that I want you guys to remember today, because we're going to be covering it as themes. The first one is you're always moving forward, so you've always got forward momentum. You're not just, I call it prancing ponies, on your toe stops, prancing from side to side, actually not engaging the wall and not actually pushing forward. I want us to be pushing forward and engaging the wall at all times, going forwards. The other essential aspect is hitting sideways. So moving forwards, hitting sideways. Hitting sideways means you clear your own gap. And actually what a lot of us do is try and hit forwards. When people are in that good position, blockers now are either backwards or they've got great speed control. If you hit them forwards, they're going nowhere because their wheels are locked in place. So you have to hit them sideways to turn them or make your own gaps. Does that make sense? So what are the rules?
Forwards and always going forward.
And hitting sideways. Okay, so the first part of the session is about toe stops, and that's so we get better at moving forwards. So using your toe stops means we've got a very small surface area on the ground when we're pushing, which gives us a lot less power, whereas using all 8 wheels, in fact, on the ground gives us a ton more power and a much more chance of getting through a wall. It also means that we'll be attacking walls sideways rather than forwards. If you're in a toe stop, you imagine you're doing this, aren't you, on toe stops? If you're having to duck run, you're going to be going through a wall like this and pushing sideways. So it means there's less surface area for us to get through a wall. So that's why I've taken our toe stops off. So the first part we're going to do is just getting used to that. So I want you to skate around the track, and for our warm-up I'm going to call out a series of commands, and I want you to follow that, bearing in mind you've got no toe stops. So it'll be things like inside, outside, stop, jump, sprint starts, that kind of stuff, okay? Nothing has to be complicated. Is that on the track? And we're just going to spend just literally 5 minutes, again getting used to being without toe stops. We're going to spend 5 minutes pushing without toe stops. One-on-one. Pushing. How do I get myself out? That means I'm not toe stops. So now I want us to get into groups of 3 or 4, 3 preferably, but 4 is fine. And we're going to do basically the same thing but in walls. So if I can have 2 blockers. So we're going to have 2 blockers forwards, giving a little bit of resistance, but again, this isn't a blocking session, it's a jamming session. So we're helping the jammers learn these new moves. So they're going to give me a little bit of resistance by blocking me. And what I'm going to do is try and break through the wall using that very movement we were just doing. So there may be some of this escaping movement. It may be that I'm using my shoulders and more of a duck run to get through, but the main thing is not using our toe stops. Now the good thing about using no toe stops is, as I said before, it forces you to go sideways, because actually that's how you're going to get momentum. You can't go forwards because you haven't got toe stops to run. Does that make sense? Which means we get through smaller gaps, and also means we're utilising our body more to make the whole happen. So if you get together. wiggling my way through. So I was taking out my toe stop during some sessions. You can totally do that. So I wanted you guys to feel what it's like to use your edges, to have some urgency, and to start feeling what it's like to have that power that you're using. Do people feel they kind of got that? Starting to get that? Yes, ma'am. Thanks. The next part of the session is about hitting sideways. Hitting, yay, everyone loves hitting. So we're just going to do a really silly drill to start with, just a pace line drill. I want it to be a double pace line. So get yourself a double pace line, then I'll explain a bit further. Okay? And then between each partner, I want you to have maybe half a lane free, so there's a gap. Not a massive gap, but there's a gap. We're in the middle of the track. In the middle of the track. So, you guys roll. So roll forwards, making sure you're staying quite apart. What's going to happen is, hands flat, and then you're going to choose someone to engage with to make that hole bigger. So you literally only want half a lane, it's not a massive gap. So the idea is you are making that gap bigger. You're seeing a little opportunity, you make it bigger by hitting someone. So if you hit someone to the outside, on the next pair, what is hit on the inside? So you alternate sides. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. And then straight. Then neither. Cycling. Yeah. So it's making the gap a lot wider. I want you to keep up momentum, so you know that I should stop and quickly partners and just kept running. That's not like when you're a jammer and running for your life from these fucking awful teams are playing. Right? So have that urgency and that aggressiveness. So we're going to have kind of three blockers on track. Four. Freezes. Okay. So this is quite a high contact drill. So one person at a time, you're going to take it in turns. It's going to turn to the side. Okay? Because some people, when they block, they look forward. Actually, I've seen a lot of like this, which is just fucking brilliant if you're a jammer, because you can just hit them to the ground. Which I like to do. So, say it was Peggy this time, you turn to the side. Come on, go right side. Yeah. So the jammers will be coming around. And it doesn't. The intention isn't to hit her over or anything. It's just about engaging her. So we're getting confidence and engaging, right? If she falls over, that's great. If she doesn't, it doesn't matter. So I'll come up fast and push to the side. I can hit her, which sends her out the wall, gives me a gap. Yeah, that's it. Stop the counters. Now, it's pretty much not a lot you can do if someone's face is right there, unless you get underneath them. But say they're not quite that low, they're just there bracing. What we're thinking about doing is spinning blockers to our advantage. It's something I did a lot in our last game actually, because they did a lot of this. Every single start was like this, and I got a lot of lead jammer by figuring out what I need to do to combat it. So that was, if Des is blocking me, what I do first is I would aim for the middle to duke them out, and then I would target this person, and what I want to do is engage them on this shoulder to spin them out, preferably out of bounds, or just enough to make that gap. And what I need to do is to go back in that position, use all my force on this shoulder, which will pivot them. So I'm not thinking about the gap necessarily, because there isn't a gap, because they are together. Yeah? But what I can do is make that gap by spinning them. So I would get down, boom as fast as I can, and then do that, hit them out. You don't necessarily, that was a full spin on my part, though. You don't necessarily full spin, it could just be like a seal kick out, so I get out. There's a lot of force and immediate effort to get that lead jammer. Right? So, people get that? I don't need to demonstrate that again, condense. You're not going to get through by just doing this, because they're locked in. If I do this, they just move to the side. If you're just going straight on, you're going to be blocked at every corner. What you need to do is, just let this happen slightly. You need to get into the corner, and I need to attack the arms to get through. Or I can attack the arms, get into the middle, and then, sorry, once I'm in the middle, I can then hit people out my way, as we've been doing, using that aggression. So I want us to take it in turns in groups of 5 to be the jammer. What we're going to do first of all is engage in the middle to force them in. So there's gaps around the outside for us to get to. It doesn't have to be middle of the track, you could be here, but as long as you're engaging this bit, it means these guys are going to come together, which leaves you all this track space to come into the diagonal. Do not try, well, with a lower team, you might be able to just run down this side, but the high level teams we're playing, they're very good at laterals, they're going to block that gap, so we need to do diagonals. So they're going to come together, we're going to start engaging here, move jigs to the side, and then really attack those arms. Those arms are not legal. I want to show the referees that they're blocking with those arms. So if they put resistance up, they're off the track. If they drop their arms, great. It means that now I've only got these two backwards people to get by, which is either through a gap forming or me making a gap. Here, from the side engaging, giving that away. Sorry, Barry. You see what I mean? There's a lot of urgency going on. You're thinking, you're not going to stop me. That's a legal target zone. I'm going to hit that to get out. You think angry. You think determined. So let's get into groups of 5 and do that.